Welcome back, everybody. It is September 1st, 2019, Labor Day weekend, and it's the beginning of the month, so it's time for another update of what is on my desk. So it's been a pretty slow month in terms of actual building on the desk. I've been busy. Work's been busy. Family, haven't had daycare for 2 weeks for my daughter, so I was busy keeping an eye on her. I also did 2 air shows, traveled to Michigan beginning of the month for the Thunder Over Michigan show, and then August 13th was the Red Arrows show over at the Gatineau airport. So between the traveling for those shows, plus not having daycare with my daughter, plus a little bit busy at work, and then processing those pictures I took at those 2 air shows, it's been a bit of a hectic month. So not as much done on the model desk as I'd like. I also have a few new items I purchased, and a couple of, actually one was given to me. I had a new coin given to me, and then I had some stuff I purchased at the different air shows and whatnot. So I'll go over some of that stuff. Sorry about that break, guys. Had something to take care of. Anyways, so yeah, you'll get to see some of this stuff, and we'll get the camera swung over and we'll get started. And as always, my name is Sean, and this is Sean's Aviation. So as I stated, didn't get a lot done on the models. We'll show you the brief progress I got. So for the MiG-21, I did get the fuselage halves, the nose and the back halves. They're separate pieces. You're supposed to glue the back half of the fuselage together and the nose together, then mount the front half together. That usually creates a bad seam. So I mounted these together first, made sure this seam here was nice and smooth, and then once you join the fuselage this way, it's a lot easier to clean. Get them lined up here. It's a lot easier to clean this seam up than it is to try to clean this seam up. So you want to make sure this seam is nice and straight, and then the front to back is nice and easy. So there you go. Fuselage is glued together. Cockpit pieces, I also got some of the black wash done. So the cockpit tub, the ejection seat, I got the center seat painted, and the instrument panel, everything's had their coat of black wash, including the inside of the cockpits. So next up I'm going to do the sort of lightning wash, the paint chipping and whatnot to highlight, and then I can start assembling that. I also started to assemble the engine burner can. It's going to be painted in an alclad, some color, I'm not too sure yet, burnt iron or something. Anyways, I'll paint that up as a darker color. So it's getting there. Again, that's it. That's the process for the MiG-21. Not a lot of progress. The F4F Wildcat doesn't look any different than last month, other than the black wash has been applied. I think maybe I painted these steel since the last update. The cylinders have been painted steel, and then everything's been given a coat of black wash. That's the landing gear, firewall. Like you guys aren't going to see much on the video because I can barely see what I've done in person. The next step again for this, I've got to do some the black highlights on the front of the cylinders here, the wires and the push rods. Paint those black, and then give everything a lightning wash, and then I can start assembling. Again, it's going to be the exact same thing here. The Hawker Hurricane, black wash painted on the inside of the cockpits, and all the pieces are still sitting on the painting block after having the black wash applied to these. So really, this is the progress. Just black wash, getting ready to do the lightning, and then assembling the Vampire. I actually haven't done anything because it's painted black. You're not going to see the black wash, so it's just waiting for a coat of the highlights. Unfortunately, that's it for models. No other progress has been completed on the models, simply because I haven't had a lot of free time, and I've been focusing on pictures and videos for the past, whenever I've had free time, for the past month. So a little bit of progress here. Hopefully I'll get some more done in September and you'll get to see a bit more, but not looking good considering I've still got 2 more air shows to go to. We'll see what happens. So that's it for model progress. So let's jump over. We'll head back in time for a bit. We'll see some of the coins that I purchased at the Thunder Over Michigan show back at the beginning of August, and then we'll jump back and show you the rest of the stuff I acquired up till today. So here we go. Okay guys, so as usual, I'm going to go over some of the stuff I got at the air shows now, just so I can get stuff put away and cleaned up. So in the month of August, I have done 2 air shows. The Thundover, Michigan air show down in Ypsilanti, just outside of Detroit, and the Aero Gatineau show here in Ottawa. That included the RCAF Red Arrows. So first we'll go through some of the stuff I got in Michigan. I ended up with 5 coins in total from 4 separate aircraft, as well. Sorry, 3 separate aircraft, as well as a pretty cool item. I'll show you that in a sec. So unfortunately, I didn't get as much as I could have. I ended up entering the show. I started walking the static line, looking for coins, and a lot of people were selling coins at that show. But gates opened at 9. Started walking the line. 10 o'clock, the morning show started, so I had to go halfway across the field to get to my VIP tent to take the pictures of the morning show. By the time I came back to the static lineup and started off where I left off, everybody else had sold out of coins. So I missed out probably on another 4 or 5 possible coins. It sucks, but it is what it is. I'm there to get pictures more than I am to get coins. Coins are a bonus. But starting off, I'll start with these two here, as they are Canadian. So they both came from the helicopter, the Griffin, the RCAF Griffin that they had on static display. And the first one I'll show you here, this is the 430 Squadron. 430 Squadron. So this is their unit coin. I'll zoom in here a little bit so you can see stuff. So this is their unit coin. So they're based in Valcartier, just outside Quebec City. And then it's got the P-40s that they flew in World War II. And then the modern Griffins that they fly now. I don't know the whole history of what they flew, but I know that they started with the P-40s and the current aircraft is the Griffin. So it's just sort of a homage to the first and the last. And then on the back is sort of the cycle of all of the different unit squadron patches and badges that they've had over the years. So it's a pretty cool coin. I like the back side. I mean, the front side's nice, but I love this back side more than the front side, with these beautiful renditions of these squadron crests. So that's always nice. It is a numbered coin, so I don't know how many were made and whether they change it the next time around or if it's just batched. But being a numbered coin is always a nice bonus. And then from the same unit, I also got. Get it out here. This, just because they were selling it, this is the Officer Corps, the Aviation Officer Corps coin from 430 Squadron. So this is the squadron coin itself. This is the coin specifically for officers in the unit. So it does have the fleur-de-lis and the maple leaf. It is all in French, being a Quebec unit. Not very surprising. But again, I like the back of it, having the crest, the squadron sort of shield for 430 Squadron, and then around the outside, it shows all the battle honors that it was involved in. So you've got Arnhem, France, Germany, 1944-1945, Fortress Europe, 43-44, Normandy, 44, Rhine, and then over here's I'll do Sud West. I'm not too sure what that is, but it was in 2009 to 2011. So I'm assuming that's something with Afghanistan that they were involved with over there. But yeah, so it's kind of nice too. Again, it's all in French, which is a little annoying, but it's a beautiful coin. I love that crest. It's just gonna, look cool having that. So these were both from 430 Squadron, from the Griffin that they had on display. And then the next one, very glad that I got this guy here. This is the Alabama. Sorry about that bit of an interruption from my daughter. So this is from the Alabama Air National Guard 187th Fighter Wing. So Alabama is where the Tuskegee Airmen were based when they were doing their training. Tuskegee, Alabama, back during World War II, and that was the first black fighter squadron. Fighter pilots went on to fly P-51s. The unit was disbanded after World War II when the military was integrated. However, the unit was, as a request by the governor of Alabama, the fighter squadron based in Alabama, the Alabama Air National Guard, was reactivated as the 100th Fighter Squadron and the Red Tails. So they came back with the Red Tails. I'll throw a picture up here to show you the F-16 they had with the actual Red Tail as an homage to their World War II lineage. So it's a really cool... I finally get to see these. They've been around to a few air shows. I've never seen them. Very glad I got their coin. It's a really cool looking coin. Nice to have the Red Tails. And part of that, what I also got was this bottle opener. Doesn't look like much. It's just a simple bottle opener. But on the other side, it's got the Red Tails. It almost looks more like a movie than a thing. But that's the actual unit had these made up. And so it's got the F-16 that they currently fly. And they plan to transition to F-35s. So they got the F-16 and F-35 on the bottle opener. I just think it's cool, wasn't very expensive, and it's a Red Tails. So more things, coin, and I got the bottle opener to go with it. So it's kind of cool to have those. And now moving on to what I believe is probably the two coolest items I got at the Thunder River Michigan Air Show. These were from VX4, the U.S. Navy unit that flies the E6 Mercury, the 707 variant that talks to, I want to quote unquote, talks to submarines, long range communications and whatnot. So they had two coins that they had for sale. This is their official coin, the unit coin, which I just absolutely love. First to lead, established 1885, VX4. It's got the picture of the E6 Mercury. And then the radioactive symbol. I'm not too sure what their obsession with the radioactive. Okay, so this is the coin from VX4. It's got the E6 on the front with the radioactive symbol. The only reason I think they have the radioactive symbol on there is because the missiles, would be, the submarines would be nuclear, like intercontinental ballistic missile submarines with the nuclear warheads. That's the only reason I can think of that. But the backside is just cool. Kind of got the skull wearing the Navy hat. It's just a wicked looking coin that also acts as a bottle opener, which is also, kind of nice. But, it's just a different shaped coin. It's big, it's heavy, it's thick. It's not something you see every day, so had to get that. Now, the kicker was the other coin that the VX4, I'll leave this guy here in the corner so you can see him. The other coin that VX4 was selling, and this was the VX4 Chiefs, the Chief Petty Officer coin. This is the coolest coin I have ever seen in my life. Look at this thing. It's a friggin' playing card. Like, it's the shape of a playing card. It's a little smaller than a playing card, but it's pretty close to the shape of a playing card. It's insane. I mean, the detail on this thing is amazing. So down here it says VX4 Chiefs. You've got the squid grabbing the E6 Mercury of the unit. You've got the U.S. Navy logo. You've got up here, this is the unit crest. I'm not entirely sure what that is down there, but it's just a wicked coin with the U.S. Navy anchors on either side. The back side, though, is where the money is. Look at this. Look at this. So on the top here, you've got it says courage, honor, and then across the pistols it says commitment, and then take charge. And then when you flip the coin, it's a reverse image of itself, so it's a mirror image. But here it says unity. I don't know what that says. Unity. I can't read that word. And then here it says navigation, and then here it says move out. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful coin. You can see the relief on that. Like, it's not flat at all. It's all reliefed out. It's a beautiful, the amount of effort and design that went into this coin is amazing. Very impressed with this coin, very happy with it. I wish people would do more coins like this. It is insane. So those were the coins I got from Thunder River, Michigan. Okay, so back to the present. You've seen the coins I got from the Thunder River, Michigan show. I did not get a coin technically from the Red Arrow show in Gatineau on August 13th. Simply because apparently the RAF isn't allowed to sell coins. They're not allowed to sell stuff at the unit level because units aren't allowed to make money. So if you want to buy anything that's RAF sort of purchasable items, you got to go through the RAF Benevolent Fund, Benevolent, I think I said that right, Benevolent Fund, or you have to go through the actual RAF web store. So, because I wasn't able to actually buy a coin from the Red Arrows at the event, they told me how. So I went online, bought the coin. Again, it's an awesome coin, very similar to that F35 coin you guys would have seen last month. It's got the cutout, so the crest is in the middle with the cutout around it. RAF Scampton, which is where the Red Arrows are based, and then obviously home of the Red Arrows. The unit logo itself is a red bow with an arrow in front, so it's pretty fitting considering what they are. Backside, again, you've got their crest with their official logo with the 9 arrows, and then around the outside, you actually have 9 of the hawks, which is what they flew. So really cool coin. Did not cost me that much in all honesty to have it purchased and shipped, and it got here in like less than a week. So good job on the RAF for getting this shipped to me very quickly. Love this coin. Really cool coin. So not really acquired at an air show, but still acquired. The other one I actually received the U.S. Ambassador to Canada, Kelly Kraft. She flies in and out of the airport in her private jet. So we were handling her while she was based here in Ottawa through my work. And she has since stepped down as the ambassador to Canada. She's now the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. So the last day that she left, they had a little shindig, yada, yada, yada. And as a thank you for all of the work and effort we put in, she came by and gave us a coin. Now, she told me she's only given this coin out to RCMP officers and protection detail members, be that RCMP or local police or CSIS or even the Secret Service. So she said it's only been given out to members of her protection detail, and she's never really given them out to other people. So that we're pretty lucky to have received this. I don't know how accurate that is. I want to take her word for what she says, but you never know. But still, very cool coin. So this is the Ambassador Kelly Kraft coin. It's got the American coat of arms in the background, and on the flip side, along the perimeter, it's got Maple Leaf Star, Maple Leaf Star, Maple Leaf Star, etc. all the way around. Her favorite Bible verse, which is Luke 12:48. Of those to whom much is given, much is required. Her signature, and then the horseshoe, which I'm assuming must be one of her personal, good luck charms or whatnot. I don't know if there's any meaning to the horseshoe in her family or whatnot, but it's on there. And then very, very difficult to see, I don't know if you can make that out, written in the middle of the horseshoe is USMCA, the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement. That is the so-called NAFTA 2.0 that she was instrumental in negotiating between the governments. So this was a pretty cool coin to be given. It's one of those, obviously, they're not going to be making these anymore because she's no longer the ambassador to Canada. So it's a very, very cool coin. It is numbered. There is a number embossed along the outside edge, 289. Not too sure how many coins she had made in the first place. Still very cool to have received that. It's one of the, it actually lives right up here beside my Vice President coin. So it's a very cool addition to the collection. A few other things I purchased. The Red Arrows were, they were giving away some stuff, some pamphlets and a North American tour booklet. So it's cool. It's got the North American logo on it. Some more posters, a little paper airplane. So I just kind of grabbed whatever snag I could grab. They actually had a little, this is great, a little Red Arrows USB stick. I haven't even tested to see what the memory capacity of this thing is. Still, it's pretty cool to have. So, I snagged as much of that as I could pretty early on in the show. The pilots walked around. They were selling a charitable donation purchase through the Benevolent Fund. It was a limited number of prints. I have since had the print professionally. I framed it myself with a $13 Walmart and these little tiny sticker corners to hold it together. But this is the limited edition print that they made up for their North American tour. So it's got the North American Tour logo in the corner, the 9 jets signed. Well, this is the main. Yes, these are the 9 standard team members signed by all of the pilots. And then at the bottom, a little write-up about the aircraft, as well as 10 and 11, which are their advanced team members. They also have the pilot signature at the bottom, and you can see here it's numbered 279 out of 500. They said they only had the 500 made. They were not going to be making any more. And as Ottawa was the first official stop of the tour, they were already selling up to 279. They said they were almost half sold out by the time they hit their first stop. So these did not make it very far through the North American Tour before they would have run out of them on the tour. So I'm very lucky. Again, I think it was $20. No, $15 Canadian is what they were selling them for. I gave them a 20 and said keep the change. You know what I mean? You can't get this. You know, $15 is a steal for this type of item. So I got that. Though that day, it never made it for the day, but the Silver Spitfire, the Spitfire that's being flown around the world, was supposed to be in Gatineau for that August 13th show on the Tuesday. Did not make it on the Tuesday due to weather. It landed the next Friday night. So on the Saturday, I went over and met the crew. Here's a shot of what the Silver Spitfire looked like in the Vintage Wings hangar. Beautiful, beautiful aircraft. So they had some stuff for sale. They had some stickers. They didn't have a lot, so I told them, you know, like keep them for the kids, stuff like that. But of all the stuff they were selling, I mean, they had cufflinks and a T-shirt. It wasn't stuff that I was interested in, but they did have, they did have their version of their print, which again is a limited edition print. They're not numbered. I'm gonna get this one framed as well, but they're not numbered. But it was. Actually, the signatures are printed on these. They're not real signatures. So, anyways, they, you know, they did these up. They got them all printed. It looks nice. It'd be cool to have, considering I have a picture of it. I'll probably find a way to, you know, put this in the frame with a picture of the Silver Spitfire with it or something. But, anyways, really cool that I got to see this thing in person. Very glad I did. So this was another one of those little purchases I made. So that's pretty much it. That's where we stand. I mean, that's it. That's all I got done. It's been a pretty slow month, as I said. A lot of coins, a lot of posters, a lot of air shows, and a lot of watching kids. Not a lot of model building. On that note, though, I do have some upcoming videos I hope to get out this month. I do still have two more air shows to go to. Next weekend is the Gatineau show, and the weekend after that's London. So I am going to have a whack-a-load of pictures I got to get through again. So I'm going to be a little bit backed up on these videos. I'm working on my Thunder over Michigan video. Hopefully I should have that done, I want to say soon. It's taken me time because I need time to do it. I don't have a lot of free time. But I do have 3 time-lapse. I think I mentioned this before. The 3 time-lapse builds. I've done the 4th one I'm still working on, but I've done 3. I might start getting those posted just to get some content up, considering how slow the month has been. But we'll see how that goes. So anyway, stay tuned, see what comes up. Otherwise, we'll see you next month for the next update, the October What's on My Desk update. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, if you are interested in any of the content you see, you can access my website at www.seans-aviation.com. You can see all the latest pictures of aircraft and museums and the build logs of all of my current models and past models on that site. And if you're interested in any of this content, please click the subscribe button here on YouTube to follow more. Thank you very much, and see you guys next time.